I guess you guys can hear my clock dinging. So as soon as that stops, Suzanne, we're at the top of the hour. And I don't really think that you need much of an introduction because you have been with the Mississippi River Parkway Commission now for a number of years. You guys have done a fantastic job with Pilch and Barnett, and I so appreciate the reports that you guys provide to us at our marketing meeting and at our board of directors meeting. It has a wealth of information and shows the connectivity of all the platforms and the work of the website and how that reaches everyone. And let me remind you, if you're unfamiliar, experiencemississippiriver.com is the website that we're all using to promote all of you and all of your cities and communities and parishes. So please reach out and let us know if you have additional information. We always want photos. We always want anything that we can help share your world and what the work of what you're working on in your communities along our 10 states. So Suzanne, please take over and tell us about creating contests and promotions today. Thank you so much.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to do these weekly webinars on various topics and really be able to share information, not only from a presentation style, but really what we're looking for is to create a dialogue. The information that we're sharing, of course, very similar to what we'd be sharing if we were in person in a spring meeting. And this way we're able to give little tidbits of information throughout the week and get some engagement. So today we're going to talk about creating contests and promotions. And I'm going to go through a couple different examples of different contests and promotions and really walk you through the different steps to consider if you're putting one together. Probably most of us have participated in some type of contest or sweepstakes that we've entered ourselves, and maybe we've actually organized a couple of them. And the hope today is that you walk away with some different ideas of how to incorporate this into some of the marketing efforts that you're doing for your organization. So Marketing 101, how are we reaching our audience? Obviously, website serves as the hub, not only for the Great River Road, but really for anything that you're promoting. Social media, fast behind it, right? Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, there's obviously a variety of different social media channels out there. Select the ones that make the most sense for your group. E-newsletters. The Great River Road Mississippi River Parkway Commission sends an e-newsletter on a monthly basis. We have nearly 50,000 subscribers. These are people who have given us their email permission to be able to connect with them. And we do so on a monthly basis, if not a little bit sooner. And then we fall into contests and promotions. And this is really what we're talking about today, because we do believe that it should be part of your overall marketing plan. So why contests and promotions? Well, obviously a variety of different reasons. Today, we're trying to get engagement. We're trying to get people to think about traveling the Great River Road, to think about what the Great River Road has to offer. We're trying to send different ideas to them, and contests and promotions allow us to focus on different aspects of what we have to offer so that people can think about it. Sometimes seasonally, as we're heading into spring and people are thinking of, okay, getting outdoors and maybe doing some recreation, you often see different types of recreational promotions and sweepstakes and things that are happening right now as we're trying to get people out there thinking about it. Or perhaps we're trying to get people to think about summer and planning ahead, and you're doing different types of promotions that will focus on getting them to think about the season ahead. Whatever it is, we're looking at increasing engagement. We're looking at getting more website visits. We're looking at increasing our e-newsletter subscribers, and we're looking at people engaging with us through social media. The other benefit of contests and promotions is really adding value to those people who are on our e-newsletter list. the people who are fans of ours and subscribers through our social media channels. So it's a way to reward people who are already engaged with you, while at the same time offers an opportunity to create engagement through your different marketing channels, and perhaps look at opening up interest to new people, new prospective visitors. It's also a really good way to solicit content. Holding a photo contest, which we've done before. Photo contest, it's a great way to build your photo library. The same can be said for video. Maybe we're asking on our entry form for people to share their favorite location along the Great River Road. Again, that's adding content that we can use for future promotion. And it offers an element of really a testimonial, if you would. User-generated content, things that we can use to be able to show people who might be interested in our location, in our event, in our product at a later time. All right, so let's look at getting started. So in order to really begin putting together your promotional or campaign idea, you want to set what your goals are. What are we looking at doing? And obviously we want to do it all, but sometimes the more complex you make it, the harder it is on yourself, and maybe the benefits aren't there. If you're just getting started, we certainly encourage you to think about maybe starting with 1 or 2 goals and using really a simple base. So perhaps my goal is to just increase the number of fans or followers on my social media. Very tangible. You can see what the number of fans or followers you had at the beginning of your campaign and at the end of the campaign, and you can see what the benefit was. Same thing with e-newsletter subscribers. Maybe we're looking at just increasing the number of people who are receiving our e-newsletter. Website traffic, depending again what type of contest or promotion you're running. If you're utilizing your website, we're just looking at increasing traffic or promoting different trails and different spring activities. And we know on our website, we have content to support what those activities are. We're just looking at driving traffic to those specific pages. That again is a very simple goal, and something that you can use your Google Analytics, your website stats to be able to see how the traffic increased from a year ago, increased from the month before. So certainly, as I said, you can have multiple goals, and we'll walk through a couple different campaign examples that show different types of goals. But sometimes, especially if you're just getting started, simpler is definitely better. Who is your audience? Again, are you looking at rewarding your existing audience? Are you looking at giving them a reason to stay on your e-newsletter list, a reason to like your Facebook page, a reason to engage and go to your website? Do you want to look at bringing in new participants, new visitors, new prospective visitors? And then finally, what resources can you dedicate? And by resources, I don't just mean financial, but time. Most of what I'm going to show you today can be done on a low budget, but do you have the time and resources internally to be able to move ahead with certain types of promotions and campaigns? So getting started, you need to pick a platform. Each platform is going to have its own benefits and drawbacks, really, again, depending on the audience that you're looking at. You can focus on the platforms that you are already involved in, or perhaps you want to build an audience on a new platform. When the Great River Road started their Instagram account, when we started the Instagram account, we utilized promotions to be able to build that audience. It was something that we knew was important at reaching, again, the target audience of those people who are on Instagram, and part of our goal in looking at building a younger following. And we knew that a campaign, a sweepstakes, a promotion might be a good way to do that. You can certainly run contests on multiple platforms. And again, we'll talk about different ways to do this. Drive the Great River Road month, the September campaign, and the sweepstakes that we hold during that month is an example of a full campaign where we are using all of our marketing tools to be able to promote that campaign. So that's a good example of a contest that runs on multiple platforms. The one thing that I will say is if you're new to this, it's definitely important, even if you're not, really to make sure that you're following the rules, whether it be just a social media campaign or something that you're doing through your email marketing. It's very important that you know what the rules are and that you follow those rules specific to your mediums. Prizes. This, of course, is something that you also need to consider. It comes under resources, right? Because there's generally a monetary value, but it's also important to really think about who is your audience, or who is the audience that you're trying to reach, and what is it that you're promoting. So as I mentioned earlier, in doing a spring recreational campaign, maybe you're giving out trail passes. Maybe you're giving out a GoPro so that people can get out on the trails and be able to take footage. Make sure that your contest prize somehow relates, again, to what your contest is or what or who your audience is. And it doesn't necessarily need to be a big amount. Sometimes I will tell you to beware. If you do a big amount, sometimes you're attracting people who are more interested in the prize than what it is you're trying to get them to engage with. So really, really consider that. Unique experiences, if you think of your own habits, things that you've maybe entered into, certainly a great interest in unique experiences, getting behind the scenes, some type of a prize that I can't buy certainly has good value to it and can really bring in a variety of different people. Simple prizes. Cash is very simple. Gas cards, very simple. Again, it's really how you position your prize. And I'll be talking a little bit later about our summer campaign and some of the prizes that we have tied to that and how we've done it in a way really to promote, again, who we are. We're the Great River Road. We know that people will be traveling by automobile, and in doing that, they're going to need gas. So we're giving away gas cards, again, something that ties to what it is that we're promoting. Okay, so looking at each of the platforms now and deciding which platform is going to work best for me. And we talked about different social media platforms or really doing all of the different marketing tools and walking through our website. So looking at Facebook, and I'm showing a couple examples here, hopefully you can see those. You can run contests and promotions on Facebook simply on pages, groups, or events. And an entry can honestly be as easy as comment for a chance to win. Maybe some of you have participated in those. It's pretty easy to administer. So you're putting something out there, and for an entry, you're just asking people to comment. However, going back again to the rules of what is and isn't allowed, and I'm talking specifically here now with Facebook, you cannot ask anyone to share the information on their timeline, nor can you ask them to tag their friends in the post. These are things that are not legal. And within your rules section, you must make clear that Facebook is not at all part of administering the promotion. They're not involved in it. It's you and your organization that's administering it. Facebook is not at all assisting you or administering the promotion. So making sure that you have the rules, the eligibility requirements, again, as I just said, that release from Facebook, very important with making sure that you can very efficiently and successfully run a contest through Facebook. Here are a couple examples of some Facebook promotions that we ran, and I picked these to really show you how the budgets can be very minimal in terms of what your dollar amount is. And as long as you are administering it and you are going through the rules, it can be quite simple. So with this first one, we worked with a community, and this bakery in their community gave a $25 gift certificate. So it just so happened that they gave us a $25 gift certificate. We put $50 of advertising into this giveaway, and we only ran it through Facebook. We ran it for about 3 days, and you can see it has the gingerbread house on top. That's the ad that ran with it. And it was a simple video. And in the 3 days, we saw over 3,600 video views. We reached over 9,000 people. Over 850 people engaged. They commented, they gave us some type of a thumbs up, they shared the information, they did something on their own. We received over 250 entries. So again, here, a $25 gift certificate donation from a business. We put in $50, we administered it ourselves, reached over 9,000 people, over 3,600 views, 850 people engaged, and 250 entries. I'd say that's a pretty good bang for your buck there. So very exciting to see that. Another giveaway that we administered for a client, they gave away a Stormy Kromer blanket. It had a high value here of $100, so a little bit more than the $25 gift certificate. Again, it was donated. We put in $50 in advertising again. So our contribution, aside from time, $50. We did it in November at the beginning of the winter season. So it was timely. It was something people were thinking about, and we were able to really tie into warmth and coziness. It was the most popular promotion of the year. Over 450 entries. It reached over 17,000 people. We ran it again over the course of 3 days. And again, our budget was $50. So I think you would agree that for the amount of dollars and what we received, both of these promotions really got good value. But you can see again, in giving the blanket away, what we're doing here is really, we're not trying to promote the company that promoted the blanket. We're just trying to get people to think about the next season and trying to get in front of them to think about us as they're maybe traveling that next season. And with the bakery, certainly it's an amenity within our city, and we hope that when people come to our city, they stop and think about that. But it also shows the variety of businesses that we have, and it just gets them maybe hungry and thinking about the different options that might be available within that community. Instagram is another great way to run a contest. You can comment to win. Here you can tag a friend in the comments. Like Facebook, you again are responsible for those rules, the eligibility requirements. So make sure that you have all of that information included anytime that you're going to launch any type of a giveaway. And certainly advertising, we do encourage you to have some type of advertising budget. You saw the minimum dollars that we used in the 2 examples that I gave, but it really can boost those individual posts and help you reach more people. Full contests, as I mentioned earlier, Drive the Great River Road sweepstakes that we run in conjunction with Drive the Great River Road Month in September. We use all of the platforms available. We call that a full contest. It allows us to drive traffic to the website. It allows us to increase our e-newsletter subscribers. It allows us to be able to hopefully get more people to like us within our social media channels. The drawbacks to campaigns like this, obviously, again, the more you add to it, the more complex it can be and the more expensive. You may have to look at getting some outside help to be able to add things to your website and create different forms. Now the entries are actually forms that are built into your website, not your social channels. You're using social media though to send people to your website. You're using your e-newsletters to send people to your website. Any type of advertising that you do, again, is going to the website where the forms are. So it can get a little more complex and expensive, but you can do a number of different things when you're looking at full contests. Photo contests, as I mentioned before, a few years ago, many of you may remember before the pandemic, we ran a foods promotion where we asked people to share their favorite restaurant along the Great River Road, or their favorite ingredient, their favorite recipe. We were trying to really get people to think about the variety of different tastes, and again, the culture of what we have to offer throughout the 10 states, and the variety of really the palette that exists, of what we can offer. And we received so much content. If you go to the Experience Mississippi River site right now and you look under the culinary and food section, you're going to see examples of what was submitted. So that's information that continues to live on our website. So that's another example of different information that you can solicit. And whisper codes, these are different codes and things that you can give to people that allow them to be able to use that for additional benefits. Maybe they're going to get 10% off of lodging, or off of something in the gift shop, or such, based on participating in the contest. So whisper codes are another way to be able to create content and move people through. So again, with the example of what we have here, you can see that we're encouraging people in step 1 to like us on Facebook. We cannot make them like us on Facebook, but you can see by the visual that I'm showing, it certainly looks like you need to. It's encouraging them to do so. If they already are on Facebook, great, but this is another way to be able to draw people in that don't currently like us on Facebook. So they provide us with their name, email address, and zip code. Nothing that's too intrusive here. The zip code allows us to really see the variety from a geography standpoint that we're attracting into our promotion. We asked them how they heard about the giveaway. This allows us to be able to really see what's effective. Within our official rules, we are telling them by entering this contest and providing the email address, in fact, they are opting into our e-newsletter list. So they will receive an email from us after they enter the contest confirming that they have been entered on our e-newsletter list. And they certainly have the option to opt out of that, but they will get something right after they enter that allows them to make the connection. I entered the Great River Road sweepstakes here, and now I am on the Great River Road e-newsletter list, so they can see what happened as a result of that. We've been running this campaign for as long as we've been running the Drive the Great River Road month. In creating the Drive the Great River Road month, we really wanted an opportunity to be able to really get people to think about the Great River Road on an annual basis. And certainly we want people to travel all 12 months out of the year. But in creating this promotion, it was really taking September as a month that we see as being so colorful, not only with fall foliage, but within the harvest of what we have, the different roadside farmers markets, the different menu changes that go with the seasonal fall change, the different events and variety of activities that occur in September. And so by coupling it with a sweepstakes, and our sweepstakes here is a $500 giveaway where we're saying you can take this $500 to experience the Great River Road yourself, right? Take a trip on us. Here's $500 towards it. It allows us to be able to really expand that audience and expand hopefully the reach of Drive the Great River Road Month. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking about our summer campaign a little bit later today, and you'll see some different similarities in how we've set that up and how we have the Drive the Great River Road Month set up. In terms of our entries on sort of a year-to-year basis, we'd normally see more than 10,000 entries. This last year, we received over 11,000 entries. It ran the entire month of September. And we saw 5,700 new e-newsletter subscribers through the sweepstakes. So I think, again, you would really look at this and see the success that we were able to really open up our audience based on the success of this sweepstakes. So in wrapping things up, obviously you need to pick a winner. It's pretty easy, as I mentioned, with social media contests where you're just looking at the different posts and randomly able to select a winner. If you do have a more complex contest, maybe one where you've turned it into a photo contest and it's not a random chance to win, you do need to think about that, right? If there's judging involved and really how you're going to do that, all of those rules would be included. So those are things that you would be considering at the forefront. And certainly, as I said, the more complex you get, it may make sense to work with some type of a contest platform that helps you with different giveaways or some type of outside agency so you don't have to worry about those things. Going back and looking at your goals, did you meet the goals, right? Look at the metrics, look at how many people opened your e-newsletter, how many new subscribers, look at your social media. I mentioned the numbers before and after, same thing with your email. Look at the metrics of your website. Take a look at all of it and you'll really, as you kind of play around with it, be able to see how those goals came together. And it allows you then to be able to look at how to modify things moving forward. How long did the contest take to run? Was it maybe better going longer or a shorter period of time? Do you think the prize impacted? These are all takeaways that you can look at moving forward. And certainly all of this is great information in helping us better identify who our audience is and who that audience is that works with promotions and sweepstakes. So a lot of great information there. I've done a lot of talking. I'm going to open it up at this time for any questions that anyone may have.
Okay, everyone, don't be shy. I know a lot of you are talkers. So is there any comments? Are there any questions that you might have in regard to the presentation or some of the things that you might see that we could work with in a partnership or an arrangement to help promote each other? Well, Suzanne, I thought it was very interesting in the thing that you had said. I'm waiting for someone that wants to come on and have a question or a comment, but the positioning of the prize, I've really never heard that terminology. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Well, obviously the prize is something that is generally in your resources, right? It's generally going to cost you unless there's a donation involved, but it's really something that you must consider when you're putting your promotion together, right? Just like really what the theme of the promotion is, what's your really how it fits into the goals. You want to make sure that the prize reflects who are the people who would be interested in this prize. Are they the people that fit into who and what my goals are? With the Great River Road, we are a road trip and we know that, right? So getting people to get on the road, as I mentioned earlier, through a gas card or giving them dollars to be able to travel with. In the past, we've done a variety of different items from all of the different states. A number of years ago, we did a geocaching campaign to really, again, bring attention to the fact that there are a lot of caches in the counties and parishes included in the Great River Road and the Mississippi River region. And so each of the states pulled together some different items that we were then collectively able to include in a gift basket. And certainly that drew attention to the different items that we were offering and got people thinking like, oh, wow, okay, like now I'm getting these gift certificates to participate and get on the water and do some rentals, or to be able to go out geocaching and have some different places to stop for food or lodging. So certainly the types of things in travel that work well are the ones that are going to get your people to your destination.
So we have
All
some
right.
questions over in the chat if you want to call those out, or if you want me to, if you don't mind, whichever way you want to do that.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, so Anne asked, are there other social media platforms you think are worth considering given the shifts in social media usage by different population segments? Absolutely. I think that based on what your goals are, you can look at all of the different platforms. For the Great River Road in particular, we know that our audience is a little bit older, and so Facebook works really well for us. But as I had mentioned earlier, we did run some Instagram only promotions when we were starting our account, specifically to be able to grow that audience. Obviously, TikTok has been in the media a lot lately and has a very strong following of much younger audience. And so in really looking at the different platforms and looking at who the audience is in terms of majority that's using, that really allows you to then be able to cater to whatever social media makes more sense. In the examples that I showed with the Great River Road, we try and use all the platforms, knowing that obviously there's some crossover. We hope that those that are visiting our website or on our e-newsletter list and see us on our Facebook. And so they're going to hear about the contest in multiple ways. In theory, you're going to reach different people depending on the vehicles that you use. So if you're able to go with something that has a little, is using multiple platforms, maybe has a little more complication to it, you're certainly going to reach a bigger audience that way. Roz asked, are there opportunities to have a joint promotion with other organizations? And if so, how would that work? Absolutely. Cross promoting with other organizations is so important. It obviously makes it more cost effective, but if you each have audiences and you know that there's overlap within your audiences or within your desired audiences, it certainly makes sense. What you really would need to do then in hosting some type of a contest with an entry is look at where you would host that entry. Would it go on to one person's website or the other, or would you host it in sort of a neutral area, promote it within each other's websites, and then have it direct to a more neutral area? Same thing with social media. Promotions give you an opportunity to be able to create some content, create some interest, create some voice. And so really in looking at who your partners are, there needs to be some commonality somewhere, but you can definitely look at cross promoting. You just need to think about where you're going to run it through. Is it one person's organization or the other, or somewhere that's more neutral? Sandra said, oh, go ahead, Norma.
I'm sorry, Stan. Which I was going to say, which would be a great segue to talk about for just a moment. I know Sandra's got a comment over here, a question, but a great segue there to mention about our sponsorship platform and working with us as champions. So why don't you take just a quick second, unless that's part of your presentation at the end.
No, feel free to actually go ahead, Norma. I'm going to talk about some co-op advertising at the end, but I didn't mention the champions.
Okay, so what we did this year, you guys, we created the opportunity for us to include more people into the work of the Mississippi River Parkway Commission. So you can go to our website and you can find a category on there, do a search, whatever you need, or Suzanne can even maybe do a follow-up email to everybody that registered today, that we are allowing and promoting and encouraging partnerships with folks that want to be a part of the Great River Road as a champion, to be a part of this type work so that we can work together. You guys can be a part of our committee structure. You'll have an opportunity to have an influence in some of the work in any of the committees that we have. And you can find all that information online. And most of you, I think, already know the various committees that we have. And we certainly want to invite you to be a part of that. And if you've got some folks that, you know, are interested in wanting to be a part of the champions category, then that gives you that platform to have that voice. and to be a part of influencing some of the work that we are working on. And then we can talk more, as Suzanne said here, a little bit, just in a little bit, about the sponsorship role.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Sandra asked, when you invest in Facebook ads, are you promoting to a particular age demographic or geo-target, or to your followers, or another method of targeting the ad? This is a great question and really gets into the variety of options that are available with Facebook advertising. And again, I would really direct the type of questions that Sandra asked back to your goals. If you're looking at rewarding your existing audience, those people on Facebook who already like you, they're already following you, you can direct ads just to them, right? If you're looking at bringing in new, then you would make sure that you exclude that audience and that you're then looking at a wider audience. If you know who your audience is and you know geographically who you're targeting, you know the age, you know the interests, you can definitely you can reduce the scope of who you're advertising to and be able to direct ads to them. And there's a variety of different ads where we can boost different posts. We can, again, with contests, we're trying to get people to over to, in the case of the Drive the Great River Road, where we have a bigger promotion, we're trying to get people over to the website. But there's a number of different types of ads that you can run. And sometimes it takes running a couple to kind of see if they're working and if they're creating interest, engagement, traffic, and if you need to tweak them. And that's really kind of the beauty of working with something that's just live, right? Is you can put a few dollars toward it, look at it, and then be able to adjust it. But yes to all of those questions. You definitely want to make sure that you're using your dollars very specifically. In those examples I gave where we ran the contest through Facebook and we only used $50, we had a pretty narrowed geography where we knew during that time frame we were just targeting the state, or we were just targeting the region of the state, and we were targeting people during the winter that maybe were a little bit older, thinking that families aren't going to travel right now. So again, thinking about who your audience is at the time that you're running the contest and what you're trying to get them to do can definitely answer those questions. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to jump into our summer campaign, which I'm really excited to talk about. So our marketing committee met earlier this year, and the board allowed for an additional, budgeted for an additional promotion this year. We're still holding Drive the Great River Road Month and the sweepstakes in September, as we have the last 10 years. But they wanted to, they put funding in, and the marketing committee wanted to look at a promotion that would run in the summer. So really during the main tourism season for the Great River Road. And the theme that they wanted to work around is events. And so what I'm sharing today, you are the first to see. We'll be sharing information with everyone over the course of the next couple of weeks. So we're just launching it today, and certainly I am open to your feedback and questions as we're very early in the process. Summer Fun on the Great River Road. This is what we're calling our summer campaign. We're going to run it from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And what we're really trying to do here is draw attention again to the activities along the 10 states, specifically events. And what we're going to be doing is collecting information on events that occur in the same areas that we promote, in the counties and parishes that the Great River Road runs through or that border the Mississippi River. So again, it'll be highlighted between Memorial Day and Labor Day. It will feature on our website a searchable event listing where people can search to find information that's supplied by our industry on the event. We will allow for some ticket giveaways. We will have a summer sweepstakes. Obviously, we'll be promoting this through social media, boosting it with some ads. We'll have an e-newsletter. We'll have a toolkit so that partners in the industry can further promote. So this just gives you a visual of what the Summer Fun on the Great River Road campaign will look like visually, accompanied, of course, with the Great River Road All-American Road logo. So as I mentioned, it's an event campaign. So we're going to be seeking events from all of you, from our 10 states, from our state commissions, our DMOs, interpretive centers, any organizations that have events happening, again, between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So the submit an event form that you see here, there are certain parts of the form that are required and certain parts that you can submit based on what you have available. What will be required, obviously, is the event title. What is the name of your event? The description, we're going to allow up to 200 characters. We want to know, is it a one-day event or multiple days? If you have the times available, certainly you can include those. If you don't have the times, that's not required. What will also be required is a website. We must have a website where people can go for information. If you don't have a website somewhere people can go, I encourage you to get one going. Obviously, that is going to increase the attention and engagement with your event. And in the case of a 10-state promotion like this, we want to have information available to prospective visitors that are looking for the information. We don't want them to contact us. We don't have the information. We want to send them over to the website. So make sure when you go to enter your event into the portal that you have all of that information available. If you have pictures, which certainly we're hoping that you do, pictures would be very useful. Pictures from past events, pictures of things that might be happening during your event, anything like that, very useful and allow us to be able to really further the engagement of your events. I mentioned that there would be an opportunity for ticket giveaways. So very similar to what I showed you in the earlier part of the presentation this morning, we will hold ticket giveaways for any organizations that want to donate their tickets to us. You provide the information to me on your donation. It's good for entry into your event, or it's good for X amount of food tokens at your event, or whatever tickets that you have available. Give me what the value of that is. You hold on to it, don't send it to me. Give me that information and we'll look at creating these giveaways within our social media channels. And then we'll notify you, and you can then either mail or offer at will call the donated prize for the winner. So this is something that we're going to look at doing again from Memorial Day to Labor Day. The sooner you get the information to us, the greater the chance that we can put it into our content calendar. So it's going to have to be on a timely basis and really kind of first come, first serve. Based on the calendar that we're putting together. We won't be able to run giveaways every day of the summer as much as we would love to. So really, again, we're building a content calendar where we'll be incorporating these. There'll be no cost to participate, but again, any type of giveaway must be donation and there must be a value to it. And so you can certainly follow up with me on that. I'm going to also talk about some different co-op advertising options that exist. So if you have an event and you want to, this is great, you give us the event, but you want to get a little more eyeballs on your event. Maybe you want it solely in our e-newsletter, or you want it on the homepage of our website, or you want an even bigger splash on social media, there's some pay to play options for you to be able to consider that for your events as well. And as I mentioned, we'll have a toolkit available that will include some sample posts, the logo, different things that then you can use to be able to drive traffic over to our Summer Fun on the Great River Road event page to cross promote what's happening. There was a question earlier about other organizations, working with other organizations and sort of cross promoting things that are happening in events. What better way? You get to, on this website, be able to promote your event in Minnesota with an event that's happening in Louisiana, an event that's happening in Missouri, Kentucky, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Tennessee, wherever. I can't think of a wider opportunity to really cross promote geographically. But as we know, people travel the Great River Road, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show them the opportunities that exist along the 10 states to encourage them to get in their car, get on their motorcycle, do whatever they need to do to get on the Great River Road and travel. And as we know, events are fun. Events are a great way to showcase the culture, the history, the food, the taste, the people of your area. So what better way to really highlight what's going on along the Great River Road during the summer months? So as I mentioned, the event listings are going to appear on the website. So as we are collecting all of this information, it will be on an event page that people can access on the website. They can right now sort the events by date and by state location. We kept it very simple, again, to be able to encourage people to look at the variety of what's offered. And if they know that they're going to be maybe in the upper 4 or 5 states of the Great River Road, and they want to just look at what that variety is and get better acquainted with the geography of where these locations are, our site can help them do that. The event information will also be used, obviously, to create that content calendar I mentioned. We'll be blogging and providing information on the variety of different events. We'll include it within our tourism e-newsletters and within our social media. We won't be targeting or promoting single events, but rather the variety of different events that might be happening over Memorial Day weekend or in the month of June, or that have a more history focus or that include recreational activities. Based on the events that we get and the information that's shared on them, we'll look at the different themes of the events and how we're able to promote them, maybe create different itineraries as people are traveling. Really, there's a variety of different options that are available, but we need to collect what those events are. So again, our goal of this summer campaign is to bring attention to the Great River Road through these events, get people thinking about traveling throughout the 10 states. At the same time, we're looking at collecting content from you. That content is information on your events and hopefully some photos that we can use for promotional basis. We're looking at engaging with you, your communities, your counties, states, regions, your events. We're at the same time looking at rewarding our existing people, the people who are on our e-newsletter list that are engaging with us on social media. We're looking at rewarding them by giving them information on some of the ticket giveaways, giving them information on the events, and at the same time attracting new visitors. We are also holding a sweepstakes in conjunction with this that offers people an opportunity for a gas giveaway. And we'll be giving a gas giveaway card in June. We'll hold a drawing in June, a drawing in July, and a drawing in August. And once you enter, obviously, if you enter early enough within our summer period, you can be included in any of those giveaway drawings, but there'll be a giveaway drawing throughout the entire campaign, allowing, again, for more engagement. We're using gas cards. It signifies that we want people to get on the road and be able to travel. And it's something very quick and easy that we can do to be able to engage with this very large audience. So you can enter events. The entry form is being hosted on the experiencemississippi.river.com website. It's /events with an S /submission. You will also find on the very bottom, the footer on the Experience Mississippi website, a link that just says to host your event. You can click on that, which is at the footer, and it will take you right to this submission page. You will also find a link to it on mrpcmembers.com. That's our internal organizational site that houses our information. You can click on that and be able to go directly to the submission page. So what do I need from you? I need you to share the word that we are collecting event information. Send them either to the footer of the Experience Mississippi River website, to go to the event submission page, or to go to the MRPC members page and be able to hit submit events, which will take you over to the submission page. We need you to consider ticket giveaways. Again, if there's entry into your event or something that you can give away and you want a little more promotion, let us know. Photos, we're definitely looking for photo opportunities, and then cross promotion. We want you to be able to share information once we get everything loaded onto the website, to be able to promote our events page and just get some fun cross promotion going. And then consider our co-op advertising program. If you're looking at promoting your event, we have a number of different opportunities, and all of this information is on the Experience Mississippi River website under partnership opportunities. You'll also find it in the footer of the website under advertise. But there are partnership opportunities if you want more eyeballs on our website, in our e-newsletters, and within our social media, where we can do sole promotions of your event. So what we're looking at doing is the summer campaign. We're promoting all of the events. If you want something that's just going to promote your event, you can consider some of these other pay-to-play opportunities. The website, obviously, quite a bit of traffic here. We average 50,000 website pages per month. There are display ad opportunities, and you can see here either a leaderboard or within our side, 2 different options to choose from. And then we'll highlight some featured events on our website, up to 5 at a time on the homepage. And this is all based on first come, first serve in terms of willingness to participate in the space that's available. Our e-newsletters, I mentioned earlier, more than 47,000 plus subscribers. I think we're almost at 50 now. We have just an incredible open rate at 40%. We are over double what the industry average is in terms of open rate in the tourism industry for e-newsletters. And you can see here some different opportunities for display ads, as well as featured event listings. And then, of course, if you're looking for just some standalone advertising within our social media, we have a very robust following of over 85,000 followers between Facebook and Instagram. So lots of opportunities there. Again, a lot of talking from me. I'm going to, at this time, turn it over to any questions or comments that anyone might have regarding the summer promotion that we're doing, how to get your events in, or any of the co-op advertising.
I have a question. Back in 2018, you asked for a list of annual events up and down the river, and we have 10 counties in Iowa, so I listed them all and I sent them on an Excel sheet, and some of them had email addresses, some of them are not, but they're still an annual event. Now, does that mean I have to take every one of those events and put it on that separate ticket since it's already been accomplished?
Nope, we're looking for new submission that will include, as I mentioned, in order for an event to be listed on our website, it needs to have the name of the event, needs to have a description, a date, a location, and then a website address. So previously on the for events, we promoted events in general, and those are still on the website, annual events that happen. We didn't list them with specific dates from a maintenance standpoint. We listed them in sort of a common, they happen during the month of, if this event always happens in the month of August or always happens over the 4th of July, that was indicated. And we limited the number of events per state because we were looking at that time at signature events. This campaign is completely different in that we are not going to limit it to only signature events, but it's going to be for any events that are taking place that have a reach that would be of interest to those who are traveling the Great River Road. So there won't be limitations, but people will need to enter it into the form, and they will need to have certain requirements in order for the event to be posted.
Thank you.
You bet, Anne. Other questions? Let's see, a question here from John, and I think Lisa has the same thing. The form is live right now. So you can go to the footer of experiencemississippi-river.com, and in the footer, there is a text that says submit your event, and that will take you to the event page. There's also a link on the MRPC members website on the homepage that takes you over. Alan from our office here also shared in the comments section the page directly where you can submit your events.
Suzanne, I think that is so very exciting. I mean, to hear all this information and the opportunities that, we are affording people to partner with us and to be a part of that in any of the co-op opportunities. I would think that there's going to be a ton of questions, and folks can just email you directly if they have any concerns or questions about what it is that you or what we are trying to accomplish. I think that's a great opportunity that we have set before everyone in being able to partner with us and to bring in more folks to travel. I mean, that's what our commonality is, right? Is to travel the corridor. So I think you guys have done an excellent job in putting it together and then in your presentation today. So I thank you very much for that. Does anybody else have any other questions that they would like to ask or share or comment? Please jump in. I know a lot of you guys are not shy.
I think it's a great idea.
I know we're getting to the end of our time, Suzanne, but it seems something that each of the committees should pick up and do something with if we get a chance as this gets going in some way.
Absolutely. We certainly want within the upcoming committee meetings to talk about it, but looking for ways that the committees can engage. Certainly John, Culture and Heritage, we want the interpretive centers to promote the page. The interpretive centers have events or different displays, activities, things that are going on during that time frame. This is another opportunity for them. As we talk about whether you're at your welcome center, you're an interpretive center, you're any of the businesses, where you have visitors that you are face to face with and they want to know what to do, or they have a comment about going north or south and again, looking for ideas. This is what we want to be in terms of events. We want to be able to direct them here to be able to find out some of the different events that are happening. This is just another asset within really everything that we promote, right? Within our communities, within our interpretive centers. So hopefully this works well, and it's a promotion that we can look to continue. In addition to creating the campaign, we'll be putting, as I mentioned earlier, some dollars behind the advertising within social media to really find some new interest for the Great River Road through these events. And as I mentioned, hopefully the cross promotion with the different events themselves leads us to increase our numbers, not only for event organizers, but through the Great River Road's marketing assets.
And I wondered too, Suzanne, I had gotten an email from Mike McClanahan, and I'm not trying to call him out. I don't even think he's on the call today. But at the same time, this platform would be available, like Edmund's doing, like Keep America Beautiful events, right? And he did like some kind of a community cleanup on a boat launch and a park on a particular day that actually got canceled because of the tornadoes that came through. But that's the kind of thing that you also want to include on the site too. Is that correct?
Anything that people would be able to attend or engage with. And I would say if those are experiences that are open to anyone, then they certainly could be included here.
Great. I mean, the idea and the list could be just basically endless. So it's just a matter of all the time and energy and effort that we're all putting into all of these things. So, you guys reach out to Suzanne and see what we can do to increase, our visitors to our state. So thank you, guys.
Well, thank you everyone for your time today. I hope we got you excited to maybe try a new promotion and certainly to participate in our summer campaign. And like Norma said, please contact me if you have any follow-up questions.
I'd also like to bring out that on April the 18th, don't forget, we still have a couple of Tuesdays left to go in the month, and we want you guys to also join us at the next upcoming webinars. April the 18th is about pollinators in the Great River Road, and then we've also have one scheduled for April the 25th that we'll tell you about next week. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Suzanne?
I don't. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Wonderful seeing you.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Be safe.